Serious women of Reddit. What uncommon red flags in women should men be on the lookout for? This post is 1 hour old and I've already seen 6 red flags that my GF does. Shit. She's always the victim in her stories. Never the villain or the one who fucked something up. Side note, my friend currently is allowed 2 days, up till like 8 p.m, where he can have personal time by his GF's allocation. Is that weird to anyone else? Edit. Thanks for the feedback and love, folks. It's actually my birthday. Little late, but trust me on this one, someone who constantly does things you have repeatedly said makes you uncomfortable. All the "oh stop being so controlling" BS is getting kinda old because the boundaries are blurring. If she has no respect for you or your boundaries, run away. If she makes fun of your biggest insecurities in front of other people for a laugh. Slowly removing friends and family while making it seem as if it's in your best interests. Also not wanting to admit faults or have excuses for their behaviors. Major red flag that you might be dealing with narcissism. Exaggerated self-importance. Excessive admiration for themselves. Might seem like positive aspects to have, but are really major red flags. If it starts feeling like your relationship revolves around their happiness, run. Worth noting here, there is a flip side to narcissism which I've seen psychologists writing on more recently that applied to my ex-wife. There is the opposite where they hate themselves and everything about themselves, but it's still a form of self-obsession and still insidious. Especially if you're of a personality type like mine and predisposed to trying to save people. Something I have at this point definitely grown out of. Guilty as charged. Everything was my fault. I was always taking blame and responsibility, projecting my fears, asking partners non-stop if I was a bad person, etc. One day my ex just looked at me and said, "Notativeness. Stop. Just stop. Every time you assume you're the problem behind my issues. You're robbing me of the opportunity to speak up and tell you when there is an actual issue. I've tried really hard ever since to not be that person. It really does seep and take over everything in exactly the same way grandiose narcissism does. If she always plays the victim to get her way. Very manipulative. Jesus, this makes me tear up. So much energy drained on a useless vampire. I kept thinking I wasn't trying hard enough. She had a ton of wonderful redeeming qualities beyond that, so I guess I stuck around for those. But the victim mindset will eat everything away. Learned my lesson the hardest way. Don't cast pearls to swine. Trying to change you and mocking your hobbies, friends. Unless you have no personal hygiene and your friends are criminals, they should be accepting of you. Not who they want you to be. If a woman takes pride in manipulation, run. I had a friend who would brag to me about being able to control people and situations with ease. She was a nightmare. Never admitted to anything she did wrong, thought she was better than everyone. And whenever she was called out on any of the behavior, she would turn around and blame it on my mental health. Drama. Wah. Pity me. I'm the victim. Like no one ever saw through her bullshit as her trying to manipulate the situation. Edit. I'm glad most of you guys got out of relationships with women like this. If you are currently having to deal with people like this who take pride in their manipulation of you and others, I truthfully wish you the best, and please believe that you deserve better than being played, manipulated, taken advantage of, made to doubt yourself. Whatever you want to call it. Reading these makes me feel a bit better about a decision I recently made. If she puts you down around others as a joke, shows total disrespect and the need to look good at the expense of hurting others. Testing. Playing games. That's manipulation. Edit. I meant mind games. Like if you really loved me. You'd do this and this for me. And such. Romanticizing being a psycho. It's not cute. It's a massive red flag. If she tries to physically injure you when you get her Starbucks order wrong. I knew a woman who was bonkers. She expected her boyfriend to read her mind. Yes means no. No means extra fries, and would punish him when he didn't behave accordingly. She was also ridiculously hot and frequently joked that her boyfriend was out of his league. Prior to me not being around her anymore. Her boyfriend had gone to Starbucks and asked what she wanted. She said she didn't want anything. So he didn't get anything. According to her. He should have known that. Oh. Nothing for me. Meant a large soy vanilla latte with caramel drizzle. As such. She put him on the silent treatment for 3 weeks. They lived together, but she was making him sleep in the guest room as she was only coming out of the bedroom to go to work. What about food? You ask. He was ordering her favorites from DoorDash every night and leaving them outside the bedroom door and picking up the trash when she throw it back out the bedroom door. So if she's hot. If she's so fucking hot and the sex is mind-blowing, but the trade-off is she has a dream about you cheating, so she intentionally breaks your box and won't tell you why, run. If she's trying to stir up drama just so the relationship can be fun. I saw this with a former friend. Spicing things up as a couple is all good. But if she's stirring up the pot by letting other guys flirt with her just so you can play jealous boyfriend, so you can rescue her from a situation she started as if it's a movie or something. Stay away from her. Women who follow rules for dating. I have a friend who follows rules from Sex and the City. If she's dating someone, they have to move in together at the 6-month mark, engaged at 1 year, etc. It always ends in disaster, and she's so focused on meeting those goals without paying attention to how her partner feels about any of it. If you walk away feeling depleted after spending time with her, when she constantly traps you in difficult situations, like asking if she or her friend are prettier, shit like that. Sometimes they're just looking to stir shit and there's no right answer. Just run, man. My best friend's girlfriend does this all the time. Even when my girlfriend and I hang out with him and her, she will literally ask these exact questions and then even go as far as asking me if he's ever cheated on her when he leaves the room. She is incredibly insecure about herself and it shows on so many levels. My other buddy and I always bring this up to him and he's well aware of it. He can't exactly leave the relationship since they now have a child together. I feel so bad for him. It seems like such an exhausting relationship to be in. Making decisions on your behalf without asking, including what you will eat, where or do. Laying on a guilt trip if you're going out with your friends and she's not invited. Everyone needs time apart to hang out with their people. Edit. Wow, he went to work and came back to all of this. Thanks. Everyone. And thank you for the awards. I wish you all well. The need to document everything on social media. If they treat you like a pet whose only job is to make her happy, buy her things, and give her attention, while she does the bare minimum in return. If she holds you under a scrutinous gaze, looking for everything you do wrong. Or if she plays stupid games instead of communicating. Or basically if she does half the shit you see on TikTok. The ones that play games like, I don't want anything for Valentine's Day, gets nothing on Valentine's Day, ugh, why didn't my boyfriend buy something for me? And then get really angry. Be fucking honest, don't play games like a teen. See? I am okay even if it's like a sorry. I thought I'd be okay with it, but I ended up feeling really bummed out. So next year let's do presents, because that's the adult way to handle that situation and I don't think there's anything wrong with expecting presents for those things. It's the getting mad part that makes us juvenile. DHX for saying this. This is what I did. I didn't say I don't want anything, but he was asking if we should get each other presents and I would have felt weird entitled if I just said yes. So I made a sly smiley face and didn't answer, TBF I was a teenager. When I got him a nice gift and he didn't get me anything I was really hurt. Presents is something that should really be seriously discussed beforehand in a relationship. You see, some people don't believe in presents. Now my BF feels like he has to fix it by giving me presents every year. Now I feel like the presents are forced. So I told him he doesn't have to get me anything. It's just messy, so it's best to have an adult conversation about it before it gets awkward. If she gets jealous whenever she's not the sole source of your joy happiness. She volunteers you for stuff and then tells you about it later and you are expected to go help. Dude. My mom used to do this shit to me. And it was always volunteering me to help someone move house. My mom still does this to me except now I tell her no. The last time my mom did this, it was during a surprise video call with the person she had promised my help to. When I told her, later, that she can't just volunteer me for shit, though this was something I would have agreed to if she had just asked, she went off on me for being selfish and entitled. I'm a married, working adult in my 30s living multiple countries away from her. How can she volunteer my time for something when she doesn't even know what I'm doing day to day? If she tries to make you feel guilty for wanting some alone time or for spending time with friends or family. If she degrades your hobbies or interests to try to dissuade you from taking time to do those things. If she withholds intimate relations as punishment for XYZ. That's not normal or okay. It's uncommon or not, but please forgive me. If a woman is passive-aggressive, please run. Anybody who can't speak their minds on something. You'll be miserable. I learned this THR hard way with my ex. Women who put down other women. If she is always insulting, being nasty about other women to you, that's a red flag. It shows a lack of self-esteem and jealousy issues.